Oh, right. Gotta get in costume. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to go, guys. Actually, that's when I start my timer, isn't it? I should ask Bowman about that. See if he's on here. So, okay. I know what you guys are thinking. Well, after, I don't know if you guys really paid attention to this, but, from the overall amount of feedback I got about the whole tie thing, about half of it was positive and about half of it was negative. And so I decided, you know, after some serious consideration, I wanted to go with a little more of a casual look, rather than trying to look so professional. And I'm officially going to stop that now because it's hot. Looks like chat isn't working again, too. Which is the other reason I want to take that off. Hang on a second, guys. Why is this not pausing? There we go. Give me a second to get chat fixed again! Yay! I love fixing chat. There's nothing better than fixing chat. I'm so tired of fixing chat. Hang on a second. Please work. Just work this time. Maybe. Oh! Okay, it's working. It's working. Perfect. Okay, so. Bold. I have no idea. Like 400 maybe? No, hang on. That's all I do anymore. Fix chat. That's the show. Lorerunner, the chat fixer. Which may sound a little bit redundant, but trust me, it makes sense in my head. I told you, Zed. You guys didn't believe me. Duodecim really nailed the characterization of, like, everyone perfectly. Including the fact that Kuja wasn't actually evil until he was screwed with. That is so awesome. I'm sorry, but if you haven't played Duodecim, I cannot begin to recommend it enough. Seriously, that's like to all of you. Duodecim is a really awesome game. Legend of the Chat Fixes. Oh my god. I hate having to do this manually. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Hey, Lurker. Hey, everyone. Sorry for getting distracted. So, okay, you probably are wondering what the heck. You know, why am I not playing StarCraft 2? Well, to be totally honest with you, I actually fully planned to do a night, you know, like tonight, just do one quick session of StarCraft. You know, a continuation of the low run. But to be completely honest with you, I've had a really long day. I have literally been working non-stop all day on the show. I've been, I'm going to talk about that in just a moment here, actually. But yeah, I've been working literally all day since I got up until about 20 minutes ago. I was actually in a vid call with one of my viewers, and while doing that, I was still working on the show. And I was watching Mini-Zan all day, and doing the laundry, and getting the groceries done, because this was my only day to actually do laundry and get groceries done for the rest of the week. I've had a busy day. It took me until now to be done with everything. I'm tired. I wanted to do something to relax a bit, and I still wanted to stream, still hang out with you guys. So if you will permit me, I'm going to go ahead and Megaman 2 it up a little bit. I was hoping Bowman would show up. He and I have actually been... basically, the only other person I know who's actually playing Mega Man 2 speedruns is Bowman, and he's actually put in a time recently, and I wanted to ask him a couple things about his timing setup, so I make sure I'm doing it right. So, in response to some things, first of all, I am not a huge fan of tower defense games, but I think that's mostly because of oversaturation. There's so many tower defense games, and most of them are bad. That being said, a good tower defense game is a type of game I tend to enjoy. It's worth noting that it is also very rare in my personal experience to find a tower defense game that is actually well designed, I think is the way I want to put that. Why do you want me to do that, Dead? Out of curiosity. Hey, I'm not. What's up, man? Yo. Check. I don't know if you guys can see. Here, I got to show off my shirt. This is something my mom got me. Whoops. Hang on, webcam. There we go. My mom got me this at Disneyland. I just had to share this. I'm glad you like StarCraft 1. By the way, we are canceling the StarCraft 2 lore run in favor of a StarCraft lore run. As in everything, is all 4 games. So we're actually going to pause Wings of Liberty when we get back to that. Rewind to the original and go through there. I'm actually really looking forward to that. So, get hoy! For now, let's pull everything into position here. Pull this over here, pull this over here. Give me some height. Height, come on, guys! Yes, really, no jokes here. Right, I need to reset the game, because I'm not at my thing. This hat was a Christmas gift that I just received today from one of my viewers. Thank you, viewer. Who may or may not actually be watching the stream right now, but, you know, whatever. I'm not going to be wearing it for too long. I just kind of wanted to show it off. It's actually really warm and cozy, which is great, except for the fact that it's 1,000,000,000 degrees in my room, because I've got a computer that's been rendering and processing all day. So, yo! One thing I do want to ask you guys, kind of changing topics here. Like I said, I've been working literally all day. Hey, Guido. And there's been a lot of restructuring going on at the YouTube channel. A lot of more categorization, a lot of trying to make things nice and organized, a lot of trying to make things easier to browse, easier to find, trying to clean it up, make it look a little more professional, look a little neater, that kind of a thing. I was just curious, first of all, if anybody's even noticed this stuff, and second of all, what you think on it. But there's actually a third thing, too. It's a specific question, which I'll wait for a moment. So, before I get to my next question, I'm going to answer Snatchy's question, which is thoughts on City Skylines. It looks, and I want you to take this with a grain of salt, it looks like the SimCity I wanted, because what I wanted was SimCity 4, but more modern, because SimCity 4 one's like crap. It has tons of graphical issues, it crashes all over the place, it's buggy, it's irritating just to even get it running. So, yeah, I want a modern SimCity 4, right? That being said, take that with a grain of salt, because there are some... Okay, this is officially too hot, I'm sorry. I love the hat, I really do, but I gotta... Funny you say that, Zeiss. There is actually a lore run playlist. I don't know if you even noticed that. But I'll be getting to the playlist question in a second. Anyway, City Skyline might not really be the SimCity I want it to be. It might actually not be SimCity at all. We'll see. We'll get into it. But it's worth noting most of the Cities series has not really been SimCity so much as Sim Transport, basically. I could be getting my name wrong. It's entirely possible. Samurai, I don't know what you're talking about. That game doesn't exist. And I'm glad Zeiss liked it. I'm glad Samurai liked it. I'm glad Deutsch liked it. All of those thumbnails are brand new. I've been making those throughout the day as I go through manually every single video. Did you guys know I have 748 videos on my YouTube? 26 pages of videos as I've been inching through them. I don't agree with that, Zeiss, because now I'm going to ask. I'm not going to shut you down right now because I get where you're going with that. There's another question here, though. I'm going to... Hang on just a second. I'm going to go and get started here. So, the playlist question. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I actually spend a decent amount, JDP. Wrong buttons. Hang on. Gotta rebind. Hang on. I'm stupid. Keep forgetting that I had to rebind this for earlier. Okay, so this is B, this is A, this is B, and this is A. Okay, that's what jump should be. So, as I was saying, playlists, right? I don't know about you guys, but when I actually watch YouTube, which admittedly is not all that often, but, you know, back when I would just binge watch or have it in the background while I'm working on something or whatever, The way I liked doing that is via playlists. The way I find videos, the way I watch videos, it's entirely through playlists. I never just go to the channel and search for a video or whatever. I'm always looking for playlist on category of type things. And in fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of YouTube channels, even the more professional ones who make way more money than I do, don't actually do playlists, which is a little irritating, to be blunt. I just totally screwed that up. So I guess that's the first question. Do any of you guys do the playlist browsing like I do? But if you do, how playlist happy do I want to get? Because there's a sweet spot, in my opinion, my professional opinion, of having too many playlists and not enough. And I'm trying to hit that sweet spot, so I've actually added a couple new playlists while I've been reorganizing, including the Lorerunner playlist, and there's actually a Speedrun and Task playlist, which is brand new, and I'm going to go ahead and be adding some videos to that, including the one I'm recording right now. So, okay, I see some people are using playlists. That's great. That's helpful. I'm still sorting, Shiryu. I'm not done. I'm actually only doing... I'm on my first pass, for those of you who've actually done auditing. I know what that means. I need to do my second pass soon, but again, I'm still on my first pass. And once I finish my second pass, I'm actually going to do a specific playlist class, which is going to be even different from that. So, I'm getting there. But, yeah, okay, so everyone seems to be on board so far with the playlist idea. I mean, I'm still waiting for input. By all means, anyone who's shy or doesn't know, you know, feel free. Once this goes live to YouTube, feel free to put it in the comments, because I'm still sorting through all this crap. This is going to go live tonight, probably. Ah, damn it. Lost focus for like a second. What do you mean by that order, if you don't mind expanding on your thoughts there? Do you mean something like Zeiss was discussing? In other words, having like a playlist for, you know, all the Metal Gear Solid stuff, a playlist for the lore run of blah, as opposed to a playlist for all the lore runs and a playlist for all the ruminations, which is what we do right now. Okay, so you mean per series. Okay, I can do that, in all honesty. It's not actually that much additional work compared to what I'm already doing. Everything else I've been doing, the thumbnails and the restructuring and organizing, that's taking way more time than just playlisting. That is going to mean a third audit, but I'm willing to do that. Also, we do have a stream playlist, which is being slowly filled with a lot of new stuff. What I would probably do is put all Ruminations, period, in the Ruminations playlist, and then have a separate, here's the Kingdom Hearts series, here's the Final Fantasy series, here's the Metal Gear Solid series, here's the Legend of Zelda series, but that hasn't happened yet. Spoiler alert. Here's the one I'm working on right now, series. For example, the Sonic games would not have a playlist because I'm only looking at 2 games on that list, and that is not, damn, significant enough for its own playlist. Okay, I need some help right now. Yeah, too slow. First death. Okay, so you guys want me to do a playlist for every series. Now, that's not actually that many. Like I said, we got Metal Gear Solid, Legend of Zelda, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and I think that's it, actually, in all honesty. I don't think there's anything else I've done series-wise. Alright, so now that we have full health, we're going to do the proper strategy for this, with no metal blades. Oh, I love this game. I know that sounds weird, considering I just died and I'm sucking all over the place. Oh yeah, the Assassin's Creeds. I did do those, too. And the Star Warses. Yeah, the Star Warses would qualify as well. I actually forgot I looked at Star Wars. Hey, Coulson. You're doomed, just so you know. Hey, Emily. What's been up? as they say. I think someone says that. I don't know. I heard that. I read that in a book that people say that. Kind of low on health, so we're gonna be a little careful on Woodman. We're on pace. Thank you for your kind offer, by the way, Emily. That is true, Order. That Darth Ayad guy, man, he's worse than my Heartless and my Nobody. Ah. Hey, Frozen, word up. The Pokemon Store. Who's next? Bubble. I forgot my own order. I need to restructure this. I've been thinking about doing Crashman and Quickman a lot earlier in this run, because order doesn't really matter as long as Heatman's last. This is just, like, default order, really. Ah, damn it, I totally screwed that up. Death. Aw, damn, that sucks. That just lost me like 5 seconds, and I screwed up the trick anyways. Totally worth my time. Now, EOD is correct. It's actually an acronym. That's how I can tell you it's correct. Engine of Destruction. Which does suit me really well if you think about it. Screw it. Go to the pass-through method. I'm still working on it, MOE. Although even a PO box I'm a little hesitant to get in the current environment of, hey, let's screw with streamers. But, and of course, I need more money to do that. Who knows? We were talking the other day if I get to that 10,000 a month mark, which I know sounds like a lot of money, and that's because it freaking is! But if I ever get to that mark, I will definitely have a PO box. Never fear. Hey, Dios. So, here's a question for you guys, while we're on the subject of restructuring the show, because that is the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Yeah, tell me about it, Colson. I always get so nervous around spikes. They're not actually that hard to dodge. I just get nervous around them, so I choke. Am I the only one who had that problem? I'm just kind of curious, because I totally had that problem as a kid. I hope you enjoy it, Emily. So, question. I was going to ask a question about something. And I don't remember what it was. Shoot! It's gone! Seriously, I've totally lost my train of thought here. What was I talking about? What did I start saying? I'm so sorry, Frozen. I wouldn't even want to witness one of those. Restructuring the show. I already told you about the playlist. And I've already got that. And I'm already going to do that. Who's after Bubble? Quick! God, I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not kidding when I say I got up at 8 today when Jaina got up. When Mini-Zana got up. And I've been up from then till now, working. It's been a long day. It's actually funny. I had someone make fun of me recently. And say, oh, well, you don't have a 9-to-5 job. Now, 2 funny notes about that. Number one, I work a lot more than 40 hours a week. It's not a complaint, by the way. I'm actually kind of proud of that fact, to be totally blunt. I work a lot more than 40 hours a week. And I also make more money than I would at... Well, okay, let me put it to you this way. I was looking for a lot of jobs early last year. I don't know if you guys know this. And I failed for reasons that are... I'm not going to share all of them, but basically are mostly related to my health simply not being sufficient I actually was incapable of getting those jobs. I failed, right? We're talking simple 9-to-5 stuff, not really good jobs. There's one at there's an Amazon warehouse around here, so I had one for that. There was one at Walmart for an overnight stalker, you know, just simple jobs, right? Now, the thing is, at the time, I was so bummed and depressed about not getting those jobs that I actually had a depression attack over it. As I've described before, I actually do suffer from a form of depression, which I will not get into details of, because frankly, it doesn't matter. But, oh, that was close. Point being, it's funny because I was looking back at it. If I had gotten that job, I'd be screwed right now, because it would be killing my health. I'd be making less money than I actually do right now, because they don't pay jack. And I wouldn't be able to take care of Minizan every day. So, everything would be worse pretty much all around. I mean, I would be bad. Everything would be bad. It's just something I thought I'd share, which, as of course, is going to come with 2 words, which you may or may not know about. Those words are thank you. Thank you for literally saving my life and allowing me to do something that I can do that helps me physically and helps me maintain my mental sanity and health. Thank you guys for allowing me to do this as my job. It means a tremendous amount to me. Serios, we have decided to cancel StarCraft 2 because it's a terrible, terrible game. Okay, that's not true at all. We have decided to play through all the StarCrafts, but I'm simply too tired, and it's too late tonight to actually be in lore run mode. I mean, I've already lost my train of thought like twice. So, rather than do that, I've wanted to stream a little bit. I wanted to talk with you guys about how the show's being restructured, how I'm redoing the layout on YouTube. And so here I am, playing something that'll help me relax, which is Megaman 2. And Colson's right. Most people don't understand how stressful and pressuring entertainment jobs are. And again, this is not me complaining. I actually enjoy what I do. I enjoy working. I really do. And as I said, I really am so grateful that I can do that. But only someone who is ignorant or an idiot would actually claim that an entertainment job is not incredibly stressful. There's a reason why so many people who are comedians or entertainers suffer from severe depression, anxiety attacks, etc. You ever notice that? It's also why the drug problem was happening in the mid-80s, late 90s, or, excuse me, late 80s, mid-90s, amongst so many actors and whatnot. But anyways, don't worry, I'm not doing drugs. Unless you count aspirin, which I don't. If you do, maybe we need to have a talk. Seriously, don't do drugs. I actually have known people, real life, who have done drugs. It is not pretty. It is possible to fix such a situation. Possible. It is also possible by standard physics and... No! Oh god, I almost fell right there. It is also possible to have an elephant dangle off the edge of a cliff by its tail, under exact circumstances. It is possible. Keep that in mind. And I'm just stream of consciousing tonight, aren't I? That's actually why I take aspirin specifically. The blood thinning aspect of it makes it, helps with my pseudo-migraines. I just can't beat air, man! Sorry, couldn't resist. So I try again, and I try again. Little break here on the speedrun. I was talking about something. I wanted to ask you guys something else about the restructuring of the show I've been doing. We're already decided we're going to do lots of playlists. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with doing lots of playlists. You know what's funny is what really got me on the thumbnail thing, in addition to the fact that I've been wanting to do it for a while, if you look at my main YouTube page, like if you're a brand new person looking at my YouTube page, you would actually see a bunch of pictures of me just standing in front of the camera with, like, no thumbnail and not properly notated and not properly annotated videos, which doesn't actually, probably doesn't give the best first impression, you know? And so I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to do this for forever. I've been putting it off because it's a huge job. I've actually been doing this since last Wednesday, by the way. I've been doing this whole thumbnail restructuring, organizing thing since last Wednesday. So I knew it was a huge job, which is why I put it off for so long. But again, I'm trying to take this whole show things seriously now, so... Elbow grease. By the way, hey, Pro. What up, yo? I keep waiting for Bowman to show up, because he's... You guys have totally got to start speedrunning with me. I'm dead serious. I want some competition. I want some friendly competition, but competition nonetheless. Bowman, as you guys know, I actually have a forum, which was originally designed to be a speedrun forum, and has since just become an overall Arshian guy / Lorerunner / whatever forum. He's the only one on that forum who has actually directly challenged me in a speedrun I've already done. I've seen some people do speedruns overall, but it's for stuff that I don't know well enough to speedrun yet, so I need to work on that, because I suck. That's a good question, Dios. And Deutsch is about right. $3,000 a month would actually make me about where I am at. So. Titans? No. Just no. You should speedrun Megaman 2. It's a fun game. It's a great game. It's easy to get into. Shuryu, I actually have already read your message. At length. I actually have a note to myself to respond to it, but I gotta be blunt. I don't know what to say. Anything I would say feels like it would be cheap in comparison to what you typed. So I did read it. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. I swear I'm not a cheap bastard. I just don't know what to say. Because I suck. So, thank you for sharing. 3,000 would be really nice. And by really nice, I mean I might actually be able to live on my own and support myself while putting money into the show. That's the important part. See, the thing is, I don't know, let's talk finances for just a second while we're talking about the show here. 100% of the money you guys get me goes towards medical bills, because yes, I still have medical bills, and survival. You know, I don't spend money on anything. I know you're like, oh yeah, right. No, I literally don't. I actually have one expenditure. You know what that expenditure is? $15 a month to World of Warcraft. That's it. That's the money I spend that isn't spent on food or bills. That's it. And I'm just barely surviving that, and I need a roommate. So if I were to go up to, like, say, $2,000 a month, that would be enough to maybe survive without a roommate. Okay, I need to concentrate for just a second. Give me just a moment. No! It was too late. Ugh. Damn it! I totally missed that. Anyways, but yeah, with $2,000 a month, I would be doing a lot better overall, relatively speaking. The problem is, even at $2,000 a month, I would still be in the same basic situation. I would still be, all that money would be going into existing, not improving the show. $3,000 a month would give me a buffer in order to actually be investing in better hardware, better equipment, better software. The kind of things that I basically can't afford right now. I'd say I'm tired, but that's a dumb excuse. I've been doing pretty good overall, so no excuses. 2 deaths so far. Hey, Ultra Mario. How much is left in my medical bills? I can math that out. Give me a moment. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Whatever 8 times 300 is. November, actually, Dios. November of this year, it will be paid off. And, well, no. No Johns. There you go. 2,400. Thank you, Dios. Yeah, it's medical bills. Hey, there you are, Bowman. Okay, so I got a quick question for you. When do you hit the start timer? Because I hit it as soon as I hit start on the title screen. That's what I've always done. And I don't know what you do. And I'm really curious about that, so we can sync up our time. See if we're doing SR times or SRL times or whatever. And you guys are right, my Patreon has been gaining. There has literally not been a single month that's passed, ever, where I have not gained new patrons. I am not complaining. Okay, so I want to make that clear. I'm not, like, trying to whine or complain about how successful I've been, because I've been very successful and I know it. The problem is, in reality land, that's still not enough to survive, as I've already just laid out the numbers. If I were to actually math it out, I'm pretty sure I need about 2,200 a month in order to survive, and still have a little left over for whatever. Like taking care of, damn it, the little one. And supporting other people, taking care of others, that kind of a thing. And 3,000 actually does sound about right in order to be able to turn that money back around into the show. Because you have to understand, I'm talking in terms of gross. I'm talking in terms of what Patreon actually says. I don't actually get 1,700 a month right now. I get actually about 1,400 because of taxes, bills, and all that fun stuff. And of course, I'm not even 100% sure how much taxes I owe for last year because I have to get up early tomorrow in order to go and hit H&R Block with the crap ton of paperwork I had to do. And see how much I owe, because I will owe. I almost guarantee it. What is with these ads, Shadow? I swear. Okay, so you and I are linked on that, Bowman. Awesome. That is the awesome. I do count as self-employed. I have to fill out a Schedule C, if you happen to know what that is. But I do not qualify for a 1099, if you know what that is. It's okay, Emily. Patreon... Whoa! No, 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 no! Patreon does not withhold for me, which actually kind of sucks. The only reason by my own offhand calculations, I should owe about $500 in taxes, which is going to be a huge bite, and I hate it, but whatever. But the reason for that is because I haven't actually paid taxes, because Patreon and PayPal don't do that unless you're at a certain income level, which I am not. In fact, I'm nowhere near. I'm going to concentrate for just a second. So forgive me for not talking. No! I lost my groove. Totally lost my groove. I used to be able to play this level without ever stopping holding right. And I obviously had to stop holding right at several times there to make several of those jumps. Hey, I totally want weird Japanese stuff. Don't mistake me. I'm hyped. Ah, damn it. Actually, it's not that complicated because what I do is like one step below, above, excuse me, a hobby. I just make enough money that I have to manually adjust my taxes, which is why it takes so long to file, because I have to literally tally up every expense that qualifies as a business expense. Damn it, timing was wrong. There we go. Over the course of the last year, which involved me going through all my bank records across the course of a year and actually figuring out what all those expenses were, etc., etc., etc. Awesome. I cannot wait to play Destiny live on the stream and complain about how terrible of a game it is. By the way, you do this, right, Bowman? Just to make that clear. This has always been one of my rules. I'm not memorizing those damn blocks. Just not doing it. That is the one exception to the Buster only rule in this run. Not doing it. Hey, I'm okay with tentacles. You know, I'm experimental. It's okay. You know. Yeah, I can even say that with a straight face. God, I'm like the most plain John guy when it comes to that kind of thing. All right, let's see if I can beat 27 minutes. If I die here, I'm screwed because I don't have another one up. Ah! Totally jumped the gun on that one. Come on. Boom! 24-19. Woo! I can do better than that. I can do better than that. I noticed, Bowman. In fact, I actually have that open right here. I literally have your post open right here. Staring at it. Oh, but there has been a post since I last looked. So I'm an idiot. What do you got? Oh, man! 25-42. I just barely inched under you. Nice job, man. Looks like you tinkered with the order, too. Crash Man first. Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah, I know about the little frog thing. I'm really bad at it. Hang on. We gotta learn, like, the best... We gotta hear the best song ever, or, if you're tired of it, the worst song ever. Really, Emily? Tell me you have pictures. Tell me you have pictures. Because I want to see bread and curry with Pokemon. Like, I seriously do. That sounds awesome. If you can find the Dragon Quest Cafe, you should totally go to it, by the way. I don't know where it is. I don't even know which city. I'm gonna shut up because this song is awesome. I suppose I should go ahead and unmute myself. Yeah, if I didn't die, I'd have done a lot better. I had 3 freaking deaths on that one. Okay, so let's just nuke all this time right here. Bzz. We're just gonna nuke all my times here. And we're gonna rearrange these. So, you do it. Crash first. God, that's gonna be nuts. But okay, whatever. Up. How do I move these around in this one? I know how to do it in the other timer thing. I don't know how to do it. Seriously, how do you move this around in this thing? There's got to be a way to do it. What did YouTube take down? A dark Mega Man live action? That would be interesting. Hard to do live action about something this cartoony, but possible. We've seen it done. I cannot figure this out. Bowman. I apparently am too stupid. It is also late and I am tired. You know what? You can tell you're getting old when 11 o'clock is 8. So bump, bump, bump. Clicking and dragging does not work. Arrow keys do not work. It should let me move up and down. Oh, I get why it's not doing it. I think I get it. Okay. Let's do a whole new thing here. I believe it, Frozen. Why is this crap grayed out? I don't actually understand that. The story of Megaman X is dark. The story of Mega Man Z is really dark. Like, just, wow! What the hell? Levels of dark. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, hang on. Okay, so... I'm sorry, Shadow. It is very much Shoshuria, which is hilarious, because if you've read any of my Robot War book, you know that it's incredibly serious and incredibly dark, with a lot of death, torture, horror, mental instability, just general unpleasantness. I swear, give me a second, I'll actually start playing the game, guys. I swear. Maybe. If you're lucky. If you ask me nicely. Okay, so this is... Gotta get the sprites, guys. You gotta have the production value somewhere. And I have all these Mega Man sprites because I used to do tons and tons of sprite editing. Especially with Mega Man sprites. Oh, by that! I remembered! I remembered! Oh my god! I remember what I was going to talk about. I gotta talk about it before I forget it. I've been thinking about doing an intro, like a logo thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like, go watch Game Theory, for example. Okay, don't actually watch Game Theory. I hate that show. But, you know, go watch the beginning of Game Theory, or, you know, the beginning of Jimquisition, or whatever. They all have this little intro thing, the animation that plays. And because I lack just about anything that can actually enable me to do that, I have thought of a way to actually have my own little intro thing. And you're right, I am missing Flash, man. Where is Flash? Oh, he's at the bottom. That's why I'm not seeing him. Hang on, let's move down. There we go. And this is... 8 Rope Masters. Buster only. There we go. Boom. Okay. Born different. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing an intro, and here's the thing. I'm tired of hearing that intro music. Here's the thing. I don't have 3D editing capacity. I don't have 2D opening editing capacity. I don't have anything. However, I thought of a way I could do it. Why is this like this? This is wrong. I thought of a way I could do this. And the way it would work is I would have to actually... give me a second. I gotta find the thing. No. There we go. That's the option I wanted. Oh, that's so much better. I thought about a way where I could... basically, I would go ahead and make an intro frame by frame. And what I would do is I would input the images into my current video editing software, and each image would be a frame. And so it would be a hellacious amount of work, speaking as someone who has done frame-by-frame animation work before, especially with sprites, because I've done that before too. But yeah, I could do that. That is something that is in my capacity to do. So do like a little frame, and I already know exactly what it'd be, just to give you guys a little bit of teaser of what I'm thinking. Some kind of background. I'd love something from FF6, maybe 8-bit eyes. I don't know, I'd have to work on that. But anyways, there's a background, and there's like this little, you know, Mega Man sprite of me that I've already kind of started working on with the cloak and everything. Comes onto the screen, and then like leaps into the air and shoots exactly 5 shots. Has to be 5, because there's 5 points of the story. And then, Shing, our Shingaya, the Lorerunner in 8-bit font, something like that. I would have to come up with a little musical tune. It's actually, the software I use is actually 30 frames per second size. But yeah, it's so, even if I do a 8 to 10 second intro, that's still going to take me absolutely forever to do, and probably won't even be good on my first try. But anyways, no, I am not Red X. Way too much of a hassle and not really worth it. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing a stop motion intro for the first few 8 seconds. Arching guy, Lorerunner. I need to come up with a ditty. I haven't really done. Well, Well, to be blunt, I haven't really done music in a while. I just haven't gotten around to it. Ever since I finished the Variance project, I haven't actually written music. Not that I don't want to, I just have not I have not had time or anything to get around to it. So, yeah, I guess I don't know what else to say about that. Hang on a sec. We gotta make this right. There we go. And then... Just a sec, guys. FF9A, you know, I'm just gonna write this down. FF9A147. A 40-second slash opening, that's way too long. Common production, video production law holds that that this is dumb. God dang it, 9A147. No! A... F9A147. You stupid thing. There we go. Okay, we got it set up now. Holds that on average you want an intro from anywhere from 12 to 21 seconds. 12 is usually what I consider ideal. You notice my intro thing is either 12 or 18, or 12, 18, or 15. I forget exactly much. You know, the little wave beach title thing, which I'm actually really proud of, even though it's really simple. But it's not supposed to be long. It's really supposed to be just a, here's me, there we go. Like, for example, Game Theory's intro is, I'll just time it in my head right now. That's not Game Theory. Who am I thinking of? That's Pro Jared. Pro Jared has a really quick one. Give me a minute, guys. Pro Jared has, like, the quickest intro ever. Four seconds. That's all his is. But 4 seconds works for what he's doing. Now, that's actually a lie. That 4 second is his animation. His actual intro is... that would be 28 seconds long. So 28 seconds is a little bit different. I forget how long Jimquisitions is, but it's also not particularly long. By the way, you should see his episode that went live today. It is absolutely correct, and something I myself was already talking about. But yeah, anyways, the point I'm trying to make, though, is you want your intro to be pretty much right in this little range here. And it does not... Okay, Jimquisitions is 18 seconds. He's right on the 18 dot, which doesn't surprise me. But you want it to be... Like I said, 21 seconds is the max. The only thing I do that's in the 21 second range is actually my Voyager things, and that's a weekly video, so I don't really worry about that. Especially since it's to display the whole thing, and honestly, I just like it that way. That's the funny thing. I was trying to pare down my Voyager episode intro even shorter, and ultimately decided, screw it, I like it this way, whatever. And that was actually my thinking on the matter, so... I don't go to Metal Man first. I am so used to going to Metal Man first. Hang on. Let's... Take two. Take two. 20 seconds? I guess I actually go to the 21 second mark then. Because I guarantee it's a multiple of 3. I always do multiples of 3. I'd actually open up my video software thing right now, but it destroys my resources, so... who is Vsauce, Bulbabulb? I mean, you say he talks about intellectual stuff. Crashman first. But I don't think I've ever heard of him personally. I haven't actually made all of the animation frames for my custom sprite yet. All I have is the jumping one, which you currently see on my YouTube page. It wouldn't actually take me that long to get those together, though. I'm actually... Whoa! Okay, that's reset worthy. I'm sorry. No, I'm trying to beat my time, not screw it up. 20 seconds in, and that big of a mistake is a reset time. Ah! Really? Really? Damn it. This is all your fault, Bowman. I'm so used to not doing that. There's one show I used to watch that had long intros. I'm trying to remember what it is. When I say show, I mean like a YouTube. And I'm trying to think of what it is. What was it? I can't actually think of it. It was a while ago. In the olden days of the internet. No, not Zero Punctuation. That one only lasts like... It's AVGN. It's AVGN. I really hate to keep bashing AVGN, because I don't really mean to. I actually have a decent amount of respect for the guy. But his intro is way too long, and his... there's a reason I don't like to listen to songs with lyrics, and... It's not just because I don't care for them, you know, musically speaking. It's because songs with lyrics get stuck in my head worse than you would think. See you around, Lokijin. Lokijin, excuse me. I swear I can speak. I am capable of speech. I think. Aw, damn, I was trying to be slick there. I'm getting hit. But yeah, an intro has to be really catchy, really short. It's actually harder than you'd think to make a good intro. When you actually get into television, it is much worse. DuckTales is actually a great example of coming up with a really quick, easy one, which can actually be chopped down significantly. This is actually, wait, do you mean which one I prefer, Unhidden Chameleon? Because that'd probably be 10, in all honesty. But this is Mega Man 2, the one we're playing right now. Ah, damn it. What? Man, I'm screwing up all over the place, but I haven't died yet, so I'm going to take that as a win. Hate Crash, man. Now, okay, I'm talking about how difficult it is to make intros, especially in television, right? And if you look in most of the television shows, you'll notice their intros are actually pretty short and follow the rules I've already outlined for you. This has been part of... television doctrine for decades, right? This is nothing new. Here's the catch. There are a couple of examples of things that completely bypass that, and probably my favorite is every Star Trek show. Now, the funny thing is, if you actually look back at it, you probably think of the Star Trek shows of having really long intros. That's because they're in, I believe, the 40-second range for intros, something like that. 40 to a minute and a half, it's something like that, which is actually really, really long, admittedly. But that's still not as long as you'd think it is. It's just they're so much longer compared to everything else that you remember them as being longer artificially. However, I give Star Trek a pass because they had the decency to have really good... yeah, no kidding, Bowman. Really good music playing. As I've said before, the best part of Voyager is the music that plays over the intro. I absolutely love that song. And I listen to it every time I do a Voyager rumination, and I'm rewatching it for the ruminations. I actually bothered to listen to the whole intro just because I love that song so much. Okay, you're right. You're right, Shiryu. But I tend to forget that Enterprise is a Star Trek show. No joke. I really do tend to forget it's a Star Trek show. Fun fact, I've never actually seen Bleach's intro, because we would just skip through the beginning and ending of each show to watch the actual show. Now, that being said, I'm hard-pressed between Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Those shows both have such amazing songs. I mean, in terms of quality, Deep Space Nine is way better, but I mean just the music. And it really says something that Voyager's music is just, oh, I love it, I love it. But anyways, I digress. Ah. A little tricky there, but whatever, I was trying to get this. Yeah, I love Deep Space Nine's second intro. They updated the song, for those of you not aware, and it's really good stuff. Of course, that's not to diss TNG's intro, which is also, you know, really, really good. Space. The final frontier. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I need to compare my times against you directly here, but whatever. I'm in a hurry. Must go fast! Gotta save the frames. Come on, good luck on Quickman. No deaths so far, so that's good. No deaths on the 2 hardest stages. Hardest boss and hardest stage in a row. Let's see if I can not screw up on everything else, yeah. You know, it's funny, Quickman should be harder, but he has no health. He's a literal glass cannon. Yeah, I've had a long-standing habit, even when I was younger and when these games first came out, to call them Quickman. Quickman, Gutsman. I've been trying to get that into the Robot War thing. As a little, tiny little thing that I bet most people don't even notice, where anytime Dr. Wily or one of the robots themselves are actually talking about them, who's next? Airman. They say Airman, you know, Gutsman, Cutman. However, when it's someone else who is either ignorant of them or doesn't actually know them or whatever, they say Cutman, Gutsman. And that's not trying to say one is right or the other. I'm just doing it specifically to add a little bit of flavor to the pronunciation and to try and get across that everyone doesn't call everything the same thing. Just a tiny little thing in my Robot War thing. I don't know if any of you guys have actually noticed that. Also, Metal Man's theme is awesome. I actually am really fond of Flashman's theme. Weird as that may sound. But yeah, Quickman is very much a glass cannon. It's funny, though, because I'm not complaining. If he had more health, he would be a pain. And more people would probably use the trick. Yeah, no kidding. Speaking of which, when I do the KOTOR lore run, you guys are going to get to donate, not donate, wrong word, vote in order, for what class I'm going to play through the games. But there's also going to be another thing, which I'm going to give you a sneak peek of right here. Don't worry, all this will be on the YouTube that introduces the lore runs as well. I'm going to have a donation incentive thing, right? Because anyways, I always feel like I need to justify it. I guess I shouldn't. Oh, I should be paying attention to the game. So, there's going to be an active donation tracker that I'm going to have going. And anytime people donate for light side, it'll go into the positives, or light side, or whatever you want to call it. Anytime people donate towards dark side, it'll go into the negatives. So, in other words, whoever actually wins, is wherever I am right now, actively, when the donations come through, that's how I will be acting. Fully dark side or fully light side, depending on those donations. So, for example, if someone donates $5 and says, be evil, then that's the counter will be 5 dark side. And then, if someone donates $6 and says, be good, then it's going to go switch over to $1 positive. In order to make me be good side, light side, excuse me. Yeah, Lurker, that's kind of how that works. But anyway, so just kind of a heads up, like I said, that's going to be a thing that I'm going to be doing during the KOTOR thing. I actually predict I will be extremely schizophrenic during the playthrough. Yes, it'll be exactly like the FF10-2 and 13-bitting more. Get your weapons ready. I love how Dr. Light looks here. I mean, I've always had this picture of Dr. Light in my head, which is probably emphasized by the Robot War as this kindly, gentle old man who is incredibly intelligent and semi-pacifist and has been through hell and doesn't want his children to have to go through the same hell he did, you know, all that fun, horrible stuff. And he looks like that in Mega Man 2. Schizo Revan. Yeah, let's not talk about that, okay? Of course, we will be during the KOTOR lore run because it's impossible not to. It's impossible not to discuss what they did with Revan. Because Revan is, let's be honest with ourselves, the most important character of the Old Republic era. I'm sorry, but it's true. And they did things with him. And we're going to have to pull out the doll and see if he can show us where they touched him. I'm sorry. My opinion on the matter is probably clear based on the way I'm talking here. Ah, damn it. No! Almost made that. I just lost like 8 seconds. Ah, now I'm losing more time. Oh my god, I can't even see myself. Ah, I just totally screwed up. You're gonna win this one, Bowman. You're gonna win this one. Revan is arguably the most popular Star Wars character. I'm dead serious. There's some debate on that, obviously, because it's a popularity thing. I'm just gonna let them hit me. There we go. But yeah, Revan is among the most popular across the entirety of the extended continuity, and that really should tell you something. Fun fact, that guy doesn't even always spawn. Favorite Robot Master across all 10 games? 11 games if you count it, which I don't. Or just in this one, Undead, because those are very different questions. Oh, definitely Shadow. In terms of overall popularity? Yeah, definitely. Oh no! God, that was actually really close. Now, if I don't get hit at all, I'm actually doing really good. But if I get hit, I'm screwed. By the way, we all know Salacious Crumb is definitely the best character. Oh! Did you see how close that was? Ah! 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 Ooh! Oh, God! Okay, that was a little tense. I'll admit that. Hey, Foo. That is correct, Boone, but it isn't actually true in this most technical sense of the word. What is actually happening? Let's make this clear. What is really happening is Disney has decided to create an alternate continuity, and they are using that as their continuity henceforth. In other words, while the old continuity, and I want to stress, this isn't just me thinking about. I've actually thought about this. I was talking about this with my sister recently. They haven't actually. Thank you, everyone, for your cheering. I can't believe I pulled that off. This isn't just me being in denial or whatever. All of the old continuity is its own continuity now, and it's still contiguous. It still all matches with itself. It still all is its own thing, and I keep hitting that because I'm stupid and losing like 6 seconds. Who's next? Metal! Awesome Music, Inc. So that's all there, but they're not going to continue doing anything with the old continuity anymore. They're just going to abandon it and continue on with this new alternate continuity. So the old continuity isn't been discontinued or invalidated in the strictest sense. It's more like they have simply not doing it anymore. And that may sound like a technical distinction, but is actually a very critical distinction, because in my opinion, that does actually explain what they're doing a lot better, as opposed to, we've decided to just declare everything else irrelevant, which is what their announcement actually came out and sounded like. It is a little more understandable to say, for example, we don't want to keep up with 30 years of continuity anymore, and we're going to try and wipe the slate clean and do some new stuff with the franchise, as opposed to saying, we want to wipe away 30 years of memory, love, and treasured memories in favor of something that's more our style. So, that's what they're doing. Yeah, pretty much, Shiryu. Although not all the authors are actually going to be doing exactly that. Ah, I screwed that up. Screwed up last time too. I'm sorry, Undead Chameleon. If you clarified your question, I didn't actually see the answer to that. Damn it! I keep doing that too early. How many people still tense up at that jump I just did right there? It's a little tighter of a jump than it actually looks like, believe it or not. No comment, Shadow. I'll let other people answer that one. Okay, I need to have a no-hit Metal Man here, guys. Alright, I need to have a 2-hit Metal Okay, now I have 3-hit Metal Man. Oh, jeez, I suck at not getting hit on Metal Man. Please don't. Please let me tell me I have a life. Oh, thank God. Okay, so 1 death. 1 death. That was terrible. As I've said before, the definition of continuity is actually a more fluid thing than you'd think. So, you can't just come in and declare something non-continuity. I've talked about this a lot, actually. Wood. Hang on, I'm going to look at these while I'm loading Woodman's stage here. Whoops. And now I'm going to close it, because I'm already on Woodman's stage. I'll watch them, Emily. I will definitely watch them. And by watch, I mean look at. Ah! See, now I'm trying to push, because I'm behind. I'm doing terrible, and I know it. I've made like 10 mistakes so far. Not counting a death, which is a huge mistake. That's a big error. I'm talking about precision stuff. Ah, like that. Let's move that up. We need to just have a mistake counter. But I couldn't keep it updated because I'm playing. Okay, so all the games Undead. You know, believe it or not, to this day, Quickman has a very strong place in my heart. As you might imagine, I've done a lot of fan-fiction-y works with Mega Man, because I am a total geek and damn proud of it. I have written 2 books, whole books, about Mega Man after all. And Quickman is almost always way, way stronger and better than almost everyone else involved. And I guess there's just something appealing about someone who is basically the Flash, except stronger. And so, hi Quickman. So he's definitely my favorite. For real, I didn't even realize I had someone named that in my chat. So that's awesome. Quickman has always been a personal favorite. Electman is also up there. Electman is awesome. I've also always been a fan of Nightman from over in 6. And a few other ones. I actually like Hardman, even though everyone's like, oh my god, he's terrible. Hang on, I gotta concentrate for this jump. Ugh, that jump's a little harder to do than it sounds. Or looks, I guess. And that one, you always gotta jump because he's always gonna get that carrot off. Fun fact, I figured out how to dodge these chickens all the way back on the NES as a kid. Well, teenager, but whatever. So anywho, as I was saying. I do love me some Robot Mesh. Okay, I think I can take 2 hits right now, so I may actually die on Woodman here. And that's one of them. Yep, that's 2. It's okay, I knew I had that left. So that's 2 deaths. Really dumb deaths to Metalman and Woodman, for God's sakes. Metalman is also pretty awesome. Back when I was starting my artistry career, which admittedly didn't actually go anywhere. I don't even do writing, or excuse me, drawing anymore. I really enjoyed drawing Mega Man guys, and one of the first ones I ever drew was Metalman. Can anyone dodge those guys, Calavera? I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're freaking talking about. Yeah, come on, Bowman. Bubble next, and then Flash last, looks like. I don't know this order. I have to look over every time, like, who am I fighting? So I'm losing, like, a second every time I get back to the thing. Okay, am I the only guy who doesn't actually get any innuendo with Hardman? I mean, I get what the innuendo is, I just don't... It doesn't process. Like, you guys have to remind me that there's innuendo there. Because my mind doesn't work that way. Am I the only one like that? I'm just curious. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Okay, to make it a little better for you, Deutsch. Hardman. And I should have gone far to the right. Metal Man. Actually, fun fact, I was looking up something, I don't even remember what, at this point in time, in order to have a Mega Man thing. And I type in Mega Man, 1 word, and it's like, did you mean Mega Man? 2 words. And I'm like, huh? Now, That didn't really matter, except for the fact that I was trying to be precise because I actually needed it listed under what the system had listed, not just like a search engine thing. So, there we go. So yeah, I have that problem with calling the names as one word. In fact, if you... Obviously, you guys don't actually read the Robot War because I'm reading it to you. But if you saw it on the screen, if you saw it, you'd actually see that I blew it as one word, Mega Man, one word, Rockman actually, instead of 2 words. The Megaman X series is freaking amazing, and everyone should play it. I wish it would continue, because it won't, and that is one of the saddest things ever. Apparently, a samurai. Yeah, I just suck on Woodman. I need to just sit and practice him for a while. Oh, crud. Wow! I actually died to Bubbleman. I don't think that's, like, ever happened ever, except for jumping too hard. This is insane. After, like, the Matrix dodge of beating Heatman with, like, 1 health, effectively. God, see, the problem is my strategy for Bubbleman is almost always the same thing. Just Berserker Rush him. I don't actually try to dodge anything, so I don't actually know his patterns because I've never practiced them. So I'm just like, do-do-do-do-do-do, not paying any attention, just shooting him. And I died. 3 deaths. FF15 will almost assuredly be a disappointment. I don't think it'll be bad, though. I just think it'll be a disappointment. Well, thank you, Nothrazim. That makes me feel better. Isn't that awesome, JDP? I'd play it again, but I don't want to get hit by copyright strikes right now. Oh, I remember those days, Nothrazim, very well. I got introduced to a lot of games through rentals. Screwed that trick up. Oops. FF15 on the GameCube, you know what? I'd be more inclined to buy it then. Zeiss, could you do me a favor and relink that in a second when I'm not actively playing? Because I'd like to look at that. Like, not right now, obviously. That's the point. But yeah, seriously, some Type 0 hype. I may not be hyping into Type 0 just because, you know, no PS4 and otherwise, but yeah. I'm just practicing. There's like no reason to do this in this run. Whoop. I have played many Phantasy Star games, by which I mean like 3 of them. Including Phantasy Star Online. Who doesn't, Nothrazim? Seriously, genuine question. Does anyone out there actively dislike the music from Mega Man 2? Terrible! God! I could shave like a minute off of that. I think I got time for one more run. Save. Mega Man 2. Bowman. We're gonna say this is the Bowman run here. I can do better than that. Whoops. Shoot. Why didn't it... I hadn't reset yet. Sorry. Let's try this again. Ah! Damn it. Okay, so relinking to Zeiss's thing. Comic. Okay, so the person on fire is you, right, Zeiss? There we go. So, crash first. I am not getting a Steam console. I get what they're going with this. I even agree with it. But there's no way in hell that's me. I am not their target audience for the Steam console thing. Just didn't feel like getting hit this time. Probably just one more time, then I'm going to bed, Redix. Do you hate Mega Man 2, Redix? If so, I apologize. Damn. You should link it, Calavera. I'm going to beat 23, damn it, Bowman. I just need to practice. Would I get a Steam controller? God, no! Why would anyone get a Steam controller? Okay, in all seriousness, I've only held one, like, once. But it was actually really uncomfortable for me, and not my thing, so make of that what you will. It's a fun game. Most people say Mega Man 2 is the best Mega Man. I'm not actually sure I agree with that, but it is definitely among the best Mega Man. The problem is Mega Man 2 suffers from pendulum syndrome. In other words, a lot of people hate it because it's popular. And shrug. Yeah, it's a very typical situation there. I would like 3 a lot better if not for one problem. And there's literally only one problem with 3. And I'm sure anyone who's played 3 can even tell me what that problem is. It's the way, for those of you who have not played Mega Man 3, the way that the sliding works is actually kind of buggy. There's a bit of a bug about it. It's actually really hard to describe without you actually holding the controller and doing it yourself. Basically, if you try to slide and then jump, you won't, and it'll get screwed up. And if you try to jump and then slide, you won't, and then it'll get screwed up. It's really hard to explain if you haven't actually played the game. But I'm sure most of you who have played Mega Man 3 know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, it's an aggravation. And it's literally the only thing that keeps Mega Man 3 from winning the #1 slot in my mind. They have fixed that for every other Mega Man game that has the slide. So I was asked about Mega Man 7. Fun fact, I didn't actually know Mega Man 7 had a reputation for being one of the hardest classic Mega Mans until very recently. It is a well-deserved reputation. Mega Man 7 is actually very hard. The reason I didn't know that is because I used to play Mega Man 7 a lot. Whoops, I screwed that up. Like, I used to just replay Mega Man 7 for fun, because I loved playing the game. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I can barely even see because of how much this is glitching out on me. Oh yeah! Did you see that? Did you see that? I'm sorry. I totally thought I was gonna die there, so I'm really happy I didn't. That's pretty awesome, by the way, Phil. Okay, quick. Screw you, Crashman. Favorite Wily Castle? 3. Easy. In terms of pure aesthetic, visually. Usually when I mentally picture Skull Castle, I'm mentally picturing the one from Mega Man 3. Hang on a sec. When I think about really good Skull Castle music, because let's be honest with ourselves, the Skull Castles have always had really amazing music, going all the way back to Mega Man 1. The music I tend to think of is actually from Mega Man 3. As much as I love Skull Castle, this song from this game, Mega Man 3 has so many great tracks. So, that's my favorite Skull Castle. By the way, I agree. I'm actually really picky with D-pads, like really, really, really picky. And part of it has to do with the fact that Nintendo actually owns a copyright, trademark, on, I forget which one actually, it's one of the two, on their style of D-pads, and that's the style I prefer. So getting a USB controller or another controller that has the Nintendo style of D-pads is actually kind of an aggravation, hence why I use this little SNES USB controller. That's good. So, by the way, why does everyone jump through these gates, like I've been doing this whole time without even thinking about it? Why does everyone do that? There's an actual reason here. I'm curious what you guys have to say, though, about it. Damn, I'm going slower and quick. I'm trying to be flashy, and I shouldn't. I should just kill him. Yeah, see, I just lost time. Terrible. Favorite controller of all time? The GameCube controller. Easy answer. Thank you, Nothersm. Who's next? Air. Keep having to look. Who's next over there? Now, no, camera, it is actually a patent issue. Thank you for the correct term there. But yeah, there's a reason why every other D-pad just feels different and or wrong. Depending on your preference. Now, a lot of people actually prefer Xbox controllers. No judgment here. If that's your preference, that's cool. I can't stand them, but it's all because of the D-pad. Like, everything else about... Xbox 360 specifically. I've actually handled an Xbox 360 controller. It's good stuff. It's probably the most useful overall USB controller that there is, in my honest opinion. But I hate that D-pad, and I gotta have a good D-pad. I am way too picky about my D-pads. There's a reason I've gone through, like, 5 USB controller types in the last 2 years at this point. Would you stop, Shadow? So, why do you jump through the thing? Well, I've seen a few answers there. There is actually a legitimate reason for this that some people may or may not be aware of. The jump that Megaman does is considered the perfect jump. I can't believe I just did that. I just didn't hit jump. That's my first death. Is just falling into the pit. Oh my god. Anyways, it's like the perfect jump. It's a perfect arc. As long as you hold it down, you always know exactly how it's going to be. There's a reason why Mega Man games are more known for their jumping mechanics and otherwise than most other puzzle platformers and side-scrolling platforms and the like, is because of the fact that that jump is actually really precise. And because of the fact that it's so precise, it enables you to do precise maneuvers. For example, in this very game, the entire situation with that damn dragon in Skull Castle 1 is a great example of the kind of precision you can pull off when you have that precise of jumps. And so everyone loves the way Mega Man jumps, consciously or otherwise. And so we can always just do that perfect arc right through the door. Okay, notice I'm already behind because I died. That's okay, I'm gonna make up all that time. Maybe. And yes, patents do expire. You actually do not, Bowman. At least not in tassing. There might be something that they're doing in tasks that does not make you lose time. I could be wrong. Okay, so heat. Heat next. Oh, you're right. Through the second door. You're actually absolutely correct, Bowman. Jumping through the second door does lose you, I think, 3 frames. But damn it, I gotta jump! Gotta jump. Jump. Gotta jump. Gotta jump. I probably should stop jumping through those. It is slower. You are right. I thought you were talking about something else entirely. So, heat. Let's see if I can do this properly. Since I'm already behind, I might as well take a risk, right, guys? That's how you get your time back. The goal here is to not stop holding right. It's harder to do than it sounds for this section. So far, so good. Oh, I hesitated. I would have had that too. Did you see that? Ah, well. And now I screwed up. Whatever. Didn't screw that one up this time. Yay. So, some people have been like, Arsh, you know, I could never speedrun. I mean, I'll look at you doing this game and you're insane. And I'm like, well, okay, look. Here's the thing about speedrun. God damn it, bad RNG again. This is really bad RNG, having that guy right in the perfect spot to screw me up. See you around Nothersm. Anyways, you want to get good at speedrunning. I mean, you have to want to. That is kind of the catch. You have to actually really enjoy playing the game enough to want to get good at it. But all it takes is practice. That's literally all it takes. I mean, I haven't played Megaman 2 in however many months, and I'm doing this well. That's not bragging. That's just a statement of fact. Now, granted, I played Megaman 2 to the nth degree, so I have a little bit of experience in this game. But the point is, once you play a game for a decent amount of time, you just get to know it. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys know what I mean for more modern games. Now, if you do want to get into speedrunning, I honestly recommend getting into NES games or certain types of SNES games first. And the reason why is very simple. They're shorter. You want to speedrun in something really, really long? That's great, and I'm totally cool with that, and so is everyone else in the world, and the speedrunning community can always use more people. But I should shut up for a second. See, his dash does like 8 bars of energy to damage, so he can hurt like crazy. So it's in other words, pick something that's going to be short. For example, there's a reason why I tend to do the Kefka race in Final Fantasy VI rather than the whole game of FF6, because it's a lot easier to speedrun something that's an hour and a half rather than speedrun something that's 6 to 12 hours. You follow? So pick something short. Pick something relatively short. And pick something you enjoy a lot, something you enjoy replaying, that has great replay value for you. Doesn't matter what gives you the replay value. Maybe it's New Game Plus, maybe it's just because you really enjoy playing the game, maybe it's because you enjoy playing it different ways, but pick something you enjoy, and then get into speedrunning that. And what Deutsch says is a totally valid statement as well. Some people simply do not enjoy doing this, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people do not enjoy dancing. Some people do not enjoy going to the movies. Now, Mega Man 1 is a game I will never speedrun, even though it is by far the most broken. And if you know how to do the tricks, you can just destroy Mega Man 1 in like 14 minutes. Oh, I can't believe I didn't get hit there. But I actually want to get some good speedrun times in on like all the classic Mega Mans. So if anybody out there would like to play any other classic Mega Man game, speedrun races, or like just comparing times with me, I am totally down. If it's Mega Man 7, I'm going to need some practice in it because Mega Man 7 is kind of hard, and I am totally out of practice. I totally screwed that up. See if I can not screw up the next jump. Trick, that's the word. Dark Souls speedruns are interesting. Speaking as someone who basically was playing Dark Souls using the speedrun strat that I was aware of. I don't know of others, I was just playing the one I know. Yeah, just a sec. This is a trickier trick than it looks like because, yeah, getting through that with all that latency without getting hit is actually kind of a trick. Anyways, still clench every time I do that. Every single time I do that jump. I may actually die to Metalman again. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet, guys? I'm going to die to Metalman. Yeah, so I was kind of playing Dark Souls on the speedrun strat, but I wasn't speedrunning it. I was just dodging and avoiding half the enemies I was fighting. Yep, I'm going to die to Metalman. I'm already totally off my groove, and he's already switched it. Yep. I lost my groove, and he switched too early. It's such a shame. I've done so many other really good boss fights, and then I die to Metalman of all guys. Normally when I do Metalman first, I never die to him. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing wrong here. There, that's how the fight should have gone. Still made up some time. Sure, go ahead, Frozen. I'm down. But yeah, Metalman actually has a very specific timing. He will always react to you in a certain way. So if you manage to get in that perfect groove of reacting to making him react to you in a certain manner, you'll always be able to predict how he operates, which is what I did that second time. Yeah, speaking of which, for those of you who are truly insane, like I was when I was much younger, when these games were new, there's another kind of challenge that we used to do as, you know, teenagers and kids, and that is no damage runs. Anybody who knows what hardcore mode is on some more modern games, it's basically that. In other words, don't get hit in the entire game. It's a lot harder to do than it sounds. By the time you get to the Wily stages, and you get hit once in Wily 3, and that's it, your game's over. Now, I only ever managed no damage runs in Mega Man 3, Mega Man 5, and 2, and I think that's actually it. I have no idea how to do a no damage run in Mega Man 1. But no damage runs are actually a lot of fun if you really like a brutal, unforgiving, and yet very rewarding feeling challenge. Like, you pull off a no damage run in a Mega Man game, and you just feel like, yeah! At least I do. I should say did. But yeah, it's the exact same kind of thing, like the no healing run in Fallout New Vegas, the no bonfire run in Dark Souls. I've actually heard of that. It sounds brutal. I'm not sure I could do that. A new yeah, there's also what is usually referred to as the 3 Heart Challenge in the Legend of Zelda series, which are pretty brutally difficult. In my opinion, the 3 Heart Challenge for Twilight Princess is by far the hardest. Oh my god. Hi, Sean. What's up? Difficult jump. I'm not even sure a Buster-only no-damage run is possible. I mean, I shouldn't say that it is possible, of course. And I'm sure I could TAS it. Pretty sure I couldn't actually play that. That's because you're not mentally sound, Shadow. Alright, let's actually do Woodman correctly this time, shall we? No, Lurker, absolutely not. I'm also never playing Dark Souls again, so there's that. I need to figure out how to dodge those consistently. I don't actually have a pattern. Oh, well, whatever. So what am I at? 1 death for this run so far? I think, on Metalman, of all frickin' things. I should have just let him kill me. It's too depressing. And honestly, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, go ahead, yell at me, it's all good. I didn't actually enjoy the gameplay that much. I mean, I'm not saying the gameplay was bad, but I really didn't enjoy it that much, and I can even tell you why that is. Well, at least one of the reasons. And that reason is PC. I was playing it on the PC. The controls on the PC are interesting. Damn it. Totally a fail there. I really doubt I'll ever play Dark Souls 2, to be honest with you. Oops. I've seen people do that, Samurai. Those people are crazy. But yeah, playing it on the PC was just a colossal aggravation. But again, in general, the combat was just okay for me. And I know that's such a controversial thing because so many people love Dark Souls solely for the combat. You'll notice if you were actually watching my Dark Souls rumination carefully, I barely talked about the combat because I just didn't have anything to say about it. It's like, okay, it's there. It didn't catch me. It was coffee. The story was incredibly well structured. The gameplay had lots of polish, and the combat was coffee. Alright, we're gonna actually try to get a heal here, so we can do the Berserker method. No. And yes, I did, Redix. No! Oh, that was close! I don't even know if you guys saw what just happened, but some momentum canceling just saved my life. Drop a freaking health! Look at all this weapon energy I'm getting! I don't even use weapons! Look at this! Look at this! I'm gonna have to no-damage Bubbleman or just die. Or I could get some health. Okay, whew, thank God. I don't even know how to no damage Bulbaman. I don't know his patterns. I've never paid attention to them. I don't know his patterns. I have no idea what to do here, guys. I mean, I know he goes up and he does this. He does the figure 8 thing. That's all I know. Okay, so I can't damage those. He's going to attack in a line. He's going to attack down. He's going to attack down again in just a second. Come on! Oh, God! Hi. I died of Metalman. What the hell is wrong with me? I think that's going to be my only death this run. Because Flashman is like casual mode for me. As soon as I hit Flashman, it's actually kind of nice having Flashman last. I kind of like that because he is by far the easiest stage for me. Stage and boss. I just breezed through this one. So I think I'm going to actually push my time down a bit here. We're on par for a new PB. And thank you, everyone. I didn't actually think I was going to pull that off, in all honesty. Did you put Flashman last on purpose, Bowman? As the breather? What's funny is that's a completely different psychological tactic than putting, like, the hardest stuff last. Because here's the thing. There's two lines of thought here, okay? You put the easiest stuff last, so all your improvements to your time are going to come in the first chunk of the run, okay? That's one line of thought. The second line of thought is to have the hardest stuff last, because that way your fingers will have a chance to actually get warmed up as you're playing through it. And this is actually really important, it makes it so that you have more chances to improve your time later in the run. For example, let's say you're doing badly early on, and you think, well, no, I can do better, I can improve that run. But you can't if you have the easy stuff in the end. Because if you have easy stuff in the end, you're not really going to improve your time on that easy stuff. I mean, only by seconds at best. So if you're down 52 seconds, you might as well stop playing once you get to, for example, Flashman. So it's different lines of thought there. Now, I'm actually super low on health, so I'm about to eat my words about this being the easiest stage. I try, Redix. What can I say? Alright, wish me luck, because I'm really low on health. I think I can take 2 hits. Hang on. I know his jump pattern. Oh, 1 hit, because he actually walked into me. 2 deaths on Metalman and Flashman. I'm apparently the worst person ever, and I just started losing time because of that death. So I'm not beating 23 today because of my 2 deaths. And yeah, I can read pretty fast. I'm quite practiced at it. Terrible. I should have done so much better than that. I'm sorry. I'm going to push that 23. I'm going to get under 23. I know I can. If I hadn't died twice, I could probably get under 23 and a half, I think, honestly. We'll get there. Not tonight. Not tonight. I need to get to bed. We'll go ahead and save these. That is true, Sean. I need more power. One thing, by the way, for anybody who wants to get into speedrunning, one other point of note, try to speedrun a game that doesn't rely heavily on RNG. And I know, when you start speedrunning, you're not going to realize what games are heavy into RNG. But for example, my FF6 Kefka race is actually incredibly heavy on the RNG. And that's actually why I haven't been able to improve my time on it. I mean, it's literally, you have to consider every fight, every single random encounter you have is 18 to 40 additional seconds to your time. So, yeah. Pick a game that doesn't have bad RNG. Mega Man 2 has virtually no RNG. Yeah, that's the whole game, Redix. That's the whole game. I've always been Virgil. What are you talking about? Don't judge me. I feel like beating the dragon. I feel like showing off that I can beat the dragon to comfort myself for my terrible performance. No. Oh god, don't speedrun Borderlands. Oh god. Yeah, Redix, I've only been going to the first 8 bosses because that's what Bowman's doing. I wanted to try and improve on his time. So yeah, there's a lot of improvement I could do. My actual time for the whole run is terrible, but that's because I've only done like 2 runs of it ever. Which, if you're paying attention, I've already done more runs than that of just this run, so yeah. But yeah, think of those first 8 bosses as a tutorial for the real levels, which is the 4 or 5 or 8, depending on the game, Wily levels, which are the ones I'm going through right now. I totally didn't mean to hit that button. I'd say it's okay because I'm not on the timer, but I still don't want a nice time, because I do want to actually improve my full timeline sometime. So, how many people still have problems with this damn dragon? I'm honestly curious. And I'm raising my hand, because Lord knows I'm in that list. Don't stop holding right. Until you have to, like that. I felt like crushing him. I've seen some speedruns of Fallout 1, 2, and 3, and it looks like some fun stuff, honestly. I feel like get going, screw it. These first few stages are not hard. My speedrun loses time on the 3rd Wily stage. If you haven't played this game, you'll understand why. Or if you have played this game, you'll understand why. If you haven't, you'll understand in a minute. Technically, I should go for that last thing, for the E-Tank, and for the fact that it's quicker. But that jump is a lot trickier than you'd think, and actually you gain time overall because of the way that works. Whoops, I didn't mean to get on the thing. You can skip tons of time in Fallout 3, but there's actually a surprising number of tricks. Some of which have been patched out of the game, some of which require certain mods to not be installed. As weird as that may sound, not modding a Bethesda game in general just sounds weird. Look at this loot luck, by the way. Are you seeing all this? Okay, now this is tricky. I have almost no weapon energy, so I cannot screw up here. Ugh, okay. I cannot tell you how many times I've screwed that up and had to go back to those screws and get more weapon energy to fill up item 3. Oh. Hardest video game accomplishment I can think of. I've beaten Mike Tyson. How many of you know what I'm talking about before I explain it? Hate this boss. Unlike the last boss, this one's a patience boss, and I don't remember the pattern. Ah! Aha! Oh well, I need to go to bed anyways.